Fwipp here on the BlitzKraft server with Knight. I didn't know dragon eggs worked. Oh man, he knows my trick. I always play. Oh. Hold on. Okay. Golden eggs are not actually decorations. Should he actually put it down, it would in fact blow up and spawn a small creature, but the point is it would be a bomb, a letter bomb. Ah. uh Hmm? What heart does he mean, I wonder? Oh, the beating heart! Odd. I could hear it, I couldn't see it. The only thing I know about... What? Oh, I see. So don't stand in that, or it'll set you on fire. Quite good so far. Man. I could craft a dragon egg, I suppose. But I don't know what I would do with it. Besides maybe trying to see if that would work on my altar as well, and that would just be stealing ideas. The issue with the witchery altar, of course, is that it gets its power from, I used more, trees. Thank you, spell check. Anyways, not to help him out too much, I did just attempt to get him to blow up his own altar, but hey, that's in the spirit of the game, right? Now, as you'll notice in perhaps some previous videos, someone's painted loser in red on our floor, as well as some little bits here and there. Not a big issue, especially considering that they basically just took the idea from our last prank. That was Luo, if anyone's wondering. And the fact that it's loser spelt in red, well, why would we need to smack talk the other team when they're doing it for us? On another note, our lawn recently got booby-trapped by Mr. Knight, who decided to play another signless prank on us as well. You might have noticed that the front lawn seems a bit more web-covered and cactus-ridden. Well, that's because he got a bit into witchery, and witchery has some interesting things. That's a rose, that's also a rose. Happen to walk on this one, nothing happens. Walk on this one, and we are trapped. Lovely. Anyways, besides that, Hannibal set us up a laser drill. Yeah, he put, what was it? He put a slaughterhouse up, got some pink slimes, and now we are generating ore like insanity. Remember how I mentioned that I got a whole bunch of ender shards? Well, I also got endstone, so thanks to that, if I type in the word ore here, our laser drill has been getting us ores such as ruby, tanzanite, and even the extremely rare, where is it? Topaz, somewhere in here. Oh, and the rarer firestone ore, which I don't know what it's for. Honestly, I have no clue. I think it's for railcraft steam boilers, and we don't particularly need that. But we have it, so it's great. It's even getting us some nether ores, which were difficult to find, which is fantastic, should we need to go more into Tinker's Construct. Anyways, that means that we can create that extra dimension from from Biomes of Plenty. But we did that before, so there's no rush on that. You're probably thinking right now, Fwipp, what in the world is this giant, ugly skull and crystal and candle-ridden structure going on in the bottom of your house? Well, that's underneath the infusion altar, because I looked up something incredibly important. Knowing that I do, that the TT Kami Iker spells that you make with the Thaumcraft infusion altar are extremely dangerously volatile, I had to look up how to stabilize this thing, so I created the Stability Halo. That's right, it turns out that all the sources I found online said that the infusion altar, when it's looking for items to stabilize itself, such as skulls, candles, crystal clusters, nitor, also aura nodes. The altar looks, from the position of the runic matrix, whether that is that bottom pedestal or up top, I don't know, but every source I found online said it looks 12 blocks in every side direction, 5 blocks down, and 10 blocks up. So, I had a whole bunch of unused space. Here I was thinking that adding mixed crystal clusters all around the pedestals was enough. Wrong, Mr. Fwipp. You needed a giant halo up top, which will hopefully stabilize these incredibly dangerous recipes. I like it because it's creepy. I found these angel statues in a crypt, and if you look at them the wrong way, it looks like their wings are moving, and they really remind me of the monsters from Doctor Who, so it's extremely creepy. Plus, they all have a great message, like, Kate suffocated in a wall, or, how about this one here? David fell out of the world, or, Willie was squashed by a falling block. Very appropriate. I put these angel blocks in them just to make it look like it's floating, and this giant see-through halo is a result of the building guide from Open Blocks, just for looks, but, me. I want to build something functional, unique, and kind of weird looking, as Hannibal would describe it. Anyways, to test out whether this stability altar halo thing that I've got going on is working, we're going to build a dangerous recipe that's not totally overpowered. We're going to make the Wand Focus Experience Drain. So we go with Ichor, an enchantment table, Talisman of Withhold, some stuff like that, 32 Aurum, 65 Cognito, lots of Precontatio, and Taint. Now don't worry, I know that Taint is an extremely difficult item to get, so I went to a tainted biome. I caught a cow in a safari net and put it in the grinder, so that's what all these tainted tendrils and tainted goo is from. Very nice source of aspects, and since they're in their ME network directly, there's no danger of them dissolving my inventory. Also, having a backpack helped carry them with me. I don't actually need them in my backpack, but let's see if I can just get them out of there right now. They're actually very volatile. There we go. There was actually a pretty good chance of one of those just dissolving and hurting me. But anyways, I've got, hopefully some luck here. Hopefully using this recipe right now will show us if all my efforts of making this friggin' thing stable was for naught or not. There's a chance that if it's not, like, radially symmetrical, that I've actually made it more unstable. But I don't know what radial symmetric is, so I just put giant circles of everything. So every single corner, every single line of stuff should be directly symmetrical. Right now we're just trying to wait. Now these recipes are extremely dangerous. We've already talked about that. This is kind of like my test, right? Before I go on to the massive, massive ones, where you get like a chest plate that will enable you to fly forever, right? This is the same dangerous level. Actually, once you go as high as dangerous, there's no telling how dangerous it is. So, I practiced it on some moderate spells first. For example, the Talisman of Withhold itself, the Arcane Boar, all the various component pieces of those bigger spells. And there was no flux stability whatsoever with those ones. So I'm thinking that maybe this halo and whatever I've created in the bottom there is helping a lot. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if it's possible to make it so that there is no chance of random madness happening. It's quite unclear, because these recipes take a long time to make. Longer time than I'm comfortable with. That's one Ichor. That's the enchantment potion. I'm really hoping that the Talisman of Withhold gets taken soon. There we go, because I can't make that again on a whim. Alright. There we go! So, in effect, our stability halo worked. I didn't see any flux right there. Still not totally sure if that means I'm just lucky or if what I did made a massive difference. I'm hoping so, because I used all the skulls I had. That's over a stack, easily, of zombie skulls, half a stack of skeleton skulls. Still have some creeper skulls. I'm not sure if those all count. Nor am I sure if player heads from, say, player beacons counts either. But regardless of that, that worked out much better than I expected. I kind of expected there to be some flux danger, at least, because, again, if you look up that recipe, instability, dangerous. And it took a lot of aspects, didn't it? Like, all of the cognito we had except 15. So let's grab one more paper just to make it an even 16. I like having things be compatible with each other. Speaking of which, how's our taint doing? 45. Okay, so we kind of want 24 more, I think. Well, since we have how much lucrum, I don't want to bore you too much with the process of putting things together, but it's important. So grab 16 taint tendrils if we can, without those dissolving instantly in our inventory. And there we go. Okay, good. Because that'll also give us the hunger aspect over here, and the lucrum, which you're going to need for later recipes too. Alright, so we'll take this experience drain focus. Experience per tick. Vis per tick, experience times... That's very interesting. One focus, experience drain. Okay, so if I put this in the Osmotic Enchanter, would it give me any options? Just frugal. Just frugal. Let's do it, I don't care. Go crazy, right? Frugal 3. Yeah, let's do it. I don't know if this will affect the focus whatsoever, but I might as well. Now it's 21 experience. Does that mean 21 levels, or just... who knows? If you're wondering what one I had on it to begin with, that made it so easy, warding focus, frugal 3. Okay, so let's test this out. Right now... oh, wait. I didn't do that quite right. Gotta hold the click button. Okay, so right now, our wand that we have on us right now, and it's got such a long name, it's hard to see. We're missing 40, maybe 40 of 3 aspects. Okay, so if we were to use it right now, took all of our experience right there. How much does it have now? 10 more? 10 more, perhaps? I could probably have less than that by wearing the actual Ichor cloth armor, which, as you know, I've made basically everything except for the goggles, and I stupidly made the chest piece twice. I'm gonna give it to Hannibal. I don't know. That's fine. Speaking of which, one thing I've never looked into, well, besides the Shadow Beam focus, which I hope to someday, although not saying that's not expensive as well, is the warding focus. What can this do? Turn any block into a warded block. Can be used on most simple blocks and will retain many of their normal properties. Okay. Yes. When used on a block, I'm not pointing. It doesn't mention how to use it, like if you need a shift click or what have you. That's kind of unfortunate. I kind of want to find out how this focus of warding works. Because obviously, it cost me another star to make this, and it's very powerful. Is it shift click? Yes, it is. Regular click to remove it. Alright. Seems like if it's a thing that has an inventory, however, it just straight up doesn't work. So, what would I want to ward from the other team specifically? Or actually from all things? That's a very good question, actually. I don't know. Maybe our front doors. That might be a good start. Things tend to blow those up. Can I do that? What? Speaking of things that tend to blow them up, I just made the front door invisible. That's not good. Yeah, let's just break that and place her back down. I don't know about you guys, but having an invisible front door is not something I kind of want to have. Can I use it on... I don't know. Pretty much anything without an inventory. How about the turret platform? No. Turret itself? No. Very interesting. Why are you on fire? There shouldn't be any reason why that was on fire. Okay. It's kind of scary. Anyway, without an idea on what I really need to ward, I mean, perhaps in the near future there'll be a reason to use it. For example, creating a quarry in a dimension where people want to kill us. Then I could definitely have warded blocks that have no danger of the other team destroying them. But for now, we can also just go place that in, say, our foci pouch or what have you. This is just our other wand. We can keep that over here. Very good. Okay. I think I can just grab Thaumium embossed one. Give it the warding focus. Then give it the, again, the equal trade focus. And that puts the focus back in our pouch. Great. I'm tempted to make the focus pouch upgrade now. There's a lot of options. However, why don't we do the craziest thing ever and actually try to make one of those extremely powerful items? Because I didn't see any danger in making the experience focus. So the true test would be to actually do something risky. Now, obviously, I'd want the Robes of the Stratosphere first. For that, we need the Wand Focus Uprising, Wand Focus Distortion, and a Thermostatic Harness as the most expensive items. Now, did I make those already? I did get a little bit prepared before coming here. Thermostatic Harness, Wand Focus. Oh, by the way, these came off of Pecs. So, yeah, if I take the cap off, we have the Wand Focus Pecs Curse. Very interesting. Which, of course, we need for at least one spell, but also, you can't get this thing any other way. Throw that on the ground. Does it have a Thermometer entry? It does not. Interesting. Let's just take them all off of there. Because I don't know about you, but maybe they'll come in handy someday. But I'm getting sidetracked as I usually want to do. We need the Wand Focus Uprising. Wand Focus Distortion. Okay, we're going to need some Ethereal Essence. Anything of it will do. Go with Aqua. We're going to need 1 Mana Bean. We got lots of those. Lots and lots of Mana Beans. So anyone will do. Okay, we'll grab a Herba maybe. Whatever. If I remember correctly, we needed a Feather. A Diamond. Okay, we're going to have to first make sure we've got everything else correct. So how many torches do we need to burn? 8. Okay, that's fine. Actually, 8 is the minimum, so just in case it screws up, let's burn 32. I'm okay with having extra aspects. In fact, it's always a good idea to have a little bit more with these kinds of things. Okay. So let's start setting this up. Okay. Wand of upper... How many items is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, do we even have 12 pedestals? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, okay, we've got enough. But trying to balance it's a massive issue, too. So, Wand Focus Uprising. We're going to do this in sequence so that I know what I'm doing. A diamond on the top, Mana Bean, and Feather on the sides. Okay, so Mana Bean, Feather, Diamond. Okay. Gonna go slowly, so I'm certain that it will work. What side was it down? Feather, then Mana Bean. Okay. That's how I kind of figure out how to balance these recipes. I kind of go with the 4 corners, and then whatever... How did you get here? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. Did you give me another severed head? No? Oh, that's too bad. Kind of hoping on it. Alright. So the next items we need for this particular recipe, and I might as well just sleep real quickly to make sure there's no more chances of zombies out of nowhere for some reason. Alrighty, let's see here. 2 ichor, an arrow, a rocket. Okay. This is the true test. Well, the other one was a good test, too. And that made me believe that this was good enough. And a fully repaired golden chestplate. Very good. I said a fully repaired golden chestplate. There we go. Okay. So, do we have enough census? 32, that's good. Do we have enough... Let's see here. 16 Alianus, 32 Volatus. So 32 of the feather we don't have. That's okay. There's options we have for that. We have more feathers, which would be lots of air. A lot of the air aspect. Do we have that? Lucrum. Air. Where did I keep the air? Right there. Oh, we got tons of that. Yeah, okay. So for Volatus, this will give us another 16 there, 32 there. Okay, good. Next step. Oh, right. Alianus. Do we have 16 of that? We got 24. That's enough. That's fine. Don't want to go crazy on that. Finally, 32 Tutamin and 32 Order. Tutamin is looking like exactly 32. Might want some more of that. Maybe 16 there. Order is looking good. Okay. So Tutamin, maybe leather? Leather's a good option for that. Or it's not. Actually, steel is a pretty good option too, because for some reason it only has... What the heck? Steel leggings from Railcraft has this. Steel leggings from Mechanism has that. Well, I'm not going to argue, but all I know is having, 18 aspects more for free without any kind of problem is pretty darn cool. So we're going to melt down all this, and that, after our golem is done, should be enough to really get this recipe a-going. So, next step. Between the feather and the wand of uprising are only 2 things, the harness and the focus of distortion. Okay. So we'll go like that. Okay. Between this side is the chest plate and the ethereal essence. Okay, chest plate. I don't know how you would do this other than just one step at a time, guys. That's usually the general thing for life, right? If you're ever worried about future plans, one of the most annoying things in the world. One step at a time is the only way you're going to get things accomplished. Don't freak out. Don't panic. Won't help you. All right, then firework, rocket, and arrow. Now, these things are such weird items. I hope they kind of count like... I don't know if I needed to have a specific firework rocket. That would have been annoying. I wonder if it would tell me in the recipe, too. No, just any firework rocket, maybe. Just any ethereal or mana bean, maybe. I'm hoping. Alright, guys, so... Is our helper done? He is done. The moment of the truth, I suppose. Are you upset and wary? Since we're making the ichor cloth robe, might as well take this one out of our inventory and see how good we are at doing this. Alright, one last check, because this is actually frightening. 50 air, yes. 16 Alienus, yes. 64 torches, yes. 32 order, yes. 16 senses, yes. 32 there, 32 there. There's more than 32 there, right? Yeah, there is. Oh, God. The moment of truth, guys. Got my boots of please run very fast because this is the most scariest thing I've had to do in this game. Let's keep our voice down for a minute and listen for that sound of things being destroyed. Because holy mac, I don't want that to happen. Come on, Halo of Stability. You are my only saving grace. Yeah, okay, good. No issues. No issues so far. Okay, there's a lot of aspects. And when I was looking up how this worked, every time the altar draws essence from another thing, or makes sure that there's enough essence, there's a chance of something unstable going on. And the longer the recipe itself goes on, the more chances of something going crazy. So just the length of these spells and the number of different things involved means when it says that there's a highly dangerous thing, it's like this massive unknown mathematical multiplier. There is literally, I looked it up, there are people online, on like Reddit, which I've never really been to, except to look up discussion groups on these things. There are people online that have looked at the actual code, that have looked up the mathematics for what the altar is looking for, how things count. I'm really lucky because if any of my aura nodes were like 2 more blocks over, the altar would be looking at them, and therefore, oh, I need to have aura nodes on the other side too, and it would just be making it exponentially more unstable. So as far as I'm aware, it always takes all the aspects it needs first, and then it starts taking items. Getting really lucky so far. Only that, I hate that it only ever takes, like, some things in order, right? Like, come on, take the thermostatic harness. I can't make another one of those. If it screws up on that, or on the wand foci, I am dead screwed. Like, it would just destroy my entire base. But I think... Yes! Oh my god! The most difficult to obtain chest piece in all of Thaumcraft, I believe. The Robes of the Stratosphere. Oh god. Let's look it up again. Really quickly. Starting off by simply wearing these robes, the wearer is blessed with the power of eternal flight, as well as having all fall damage negated. Also protect you from incoming simple projectiles akin to the focus of distortion. So, theoretically, if I take off all my items except this robe, which has wings on the back, I think, and let's look at ourselves. Yeah, we got little wings. Can I actually fly? I don't know. Blessed with eternal flight. How does that mean? How would I fly? I don't actually know how you would fly. Pretend maybe that's the... Maybe it's because... How do you fly with the thermostatic harness? Okay. Pressing F while wearing the harness activates or deactivates it. Constantly use potential energy. So, oh god. Why did I just throw my book? I must have hit Q instead. So if I hold like Shift and Q, F. I don't know, maybe I have to change my controls to make it turn on and off. That would sort of make sense. But before we do anything else, I think the smart option as well would be to enchant it, because there's nothing really else you can do with this item other than make it as best as it can be, right? Obviously. So, let's wear... I guess we might as well make the most of this accidental double chest piece and put it on while we enchant the actual one that I'm going to be using. What are we going to enchant it with? I mean, supposedly it negates all fall damage, so we should also test that out right now before we do anything else. I don't want to kill myself, but I have 3 health bars. Falling off the roof should be a cinch. There we go. So if I was just to jump off our roof here... Really? I get the feeling it's not working. Do I need to have all these things on, maybe? No, I'm taking damage. Why is that happening? I don't need to awaken it, right? That was the whole idea. I feel a little gypped, because that didn't exactly prevent fall damage, and it's not letting me fly. I'm going to need to look up online what I'm doing wrong, but I got the impression like it would just work automatically. And in case it doesn't, why don't we enchant it? Because obviously we want the best we can be. Obviously. I mean, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? I can't see why not. Okay, so, Robes of the Stratosphere, enchanted on the Osmium Enchanter. We're going to go with Protection, obviously. As high as she goes. Thorns, as high as she goes. And I don't care. We'll add Flim Flam later if I want to. Go! There's not really any other choices with the Osmotic Enchanter, so I don't feel bad doing it now. I do feel bad if I can't figure out how to actually use this spell. It's probably a mod conflict, right? Probably something where F is supposed to use the item, and somehow I've screwed that up. You gotta admit, though, I kind of expected to be able to use it right off the bat. The whole double space creative flying is not how you do it. Okay, let's actually go in to our options here. Go to maybe, where do we go? Find controls. Where's that? Controls right there. Okay. So we'll go to configure Domic Tinkerer, I guess. Toggle awakened armor, U key. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay. Why doesn't it work? I don't know. So if the U key don't work, how about O? No, that don't work. P. P is good. Ah! Now we can fly. Actually, I don't know if... Yeah! No fall damage, right? I can now infinity fly. And not take any fall damage ever. Why would the game default to not having the armor awakened, though? I mean, seriously. And this isn't costing me anything. Well, besides the extreme danger of making those robes, but woohoo! Excuse me for saying so, but this is amazing. Let's see how much it would cost to add Flim Flam to this bad boy. Or to rename it or whatever. So, if I was going to rename these Robes of the Stratosphere, I don't know. Also, one thing I wanted to check. I'm on blue team, so is it possible to dye this armor? Because I read somewhere that you could dye the regular robes of the person, or thaumaturge. Can you dye these? Looks like no. But for sake of argument, can you dye the enchanted ones anyway? Like, say, the... Let's see. Legs. Can you dye the legs? Yeah, you could. And it'd be totally cool to wear them. I mean, now they'd be blue instead of purple, but I guess when you get this powerful, you can't just paint something. Which is fine, right? I don't mind too much. But one thing I would want to know is, would I have the capability of renaming it, for example? Would I have the capability to... Robes of the Stratosphere, right? They're quite powerful. 36 levels to rename them anything. Yeah, a little bit crazy. Sure. Let's go make some Flim Flam, because Flim Flam is probably one of the funniest things ever to do to the other team, is enter some sort of combat with them, and then, well, they're always penalized for it. Emeralds! There we go, we got lots of those. Lots of emeralds. So, if I was doing Flim Flammy Dam, Flim Flam 4. There we go. To add that, what would it cost? Because I can't really see me using anything else. These robes never break. These robes, well, you know, so you don't need them breaking. They're already protected 4, plus they kind of count as diamond armor. So 23 levels? I got that in here. This is attached to the outhouse upstairs. So nice little shower, and don't comment on that too much. It was my funny design anyway. Seriously, though, we already have thorns on it. What other good things that you can put on armor besides protection and flimmy flam? I don't know. But if I've already got the super powerful robes, the real question is, do they actually, honestly, compare to the power suit? Because that thing spreads out damage and etc. At the very least, these could be my regular, not damaging robes whatsoever. There we go. Flim Flam 4. Oh, evil laugh of awesome times for me, guys. How about I see you in a moment, and maybe I'll try to set up the next piece of this armor.